Hey guys, I miss you guys so much after my 1 month long break. I do promise to upload my last reviews, triple reviews of Gakuen Babysitters and Sanrio Danchi, so do be patient about those videos. But I do want to give my first impression video to one of the newest shows in spring 2018, and it goes by a familiar name that you know, but the end part is a little different. And it doesn't end with love. Instead, it's going by the name of Binan Koukou Chikyuu Bouei-bu Happy Kiss. Now, I do want to say is that when people heard of this new project within the Bouei-bu franchise, I'm not going to call it by its whole name. Instead, people were not really enthusiastic about it because they were so used to Love and Love, which is the second season, that to see there was new characters, it would take time for them to grow upon them. But I'm actually pretty excited because it gives us a chance to see newer characters within the same world setting, you know, the same school that they attend to, which the old characters did, and you know, the old hot springs. And actually what I liked about this new Bouei-bu series is the fact that it actually retcons back to the first season where we had the Earth Defense Club, or the Battle Lovers, versus the Student Council, and this is the same case here. The only difference is the reason why we had those two facing off against each other was because of some childhood problems, which we found out later on in the series. Now, in this case, with the characters, our 5 main characters who are known as Carl's Night Happy Kiss. We have Kotaro, who is the main leader. Once you see his transformation sequence is the longest, you know he is the main leader, as well as he's wearing red. Then we have Ryoma, Nanao, Taishi, and Ichiro. So those characters make the Happy Kiss Knights. And then we have the Elstein, which consists of characters of Ata, Masa, and Taiju, who are part of the Student Council. And the person who is leading them is Furinui, who is the younger brother of Carl. Now, they come from a land called Honyaland. I'm sorry, Honyaland. And they are actually first and second prince. So Furinui is the second prince and he wants the throne. So he came to Earth to battle his brother. Now, the reason why it's called Happy Kiss, the biggest difference is when we remember back in the first and second season of Love, Wombat, I can't remember, I don't think they ever said his actual name. When he came to Earth, he's an alien. In this new season, Happy Kiss, these are magical beings. Wombat was an alien that came to Earth to spread love, whereas Carl's came to Earth to spread happiness, hence why Happy Kiss. And of course, their transformation sequence is all leading to different type of powers that they have. One for flowers, stars, moon, snow, and space, and they have Kiss within their names. And so he came here to spread happiness because whether you're sad, depressed, or feeling down, or whatever the case it is, he doesn't like people like that. He wants people to feel joy and escalate and, you know, feeling happiness. So that was his whole purpose to come to Earth, or to colonize Earth for that sort. And also, once his contract with the Happy Kiss Knights are over, they lose their happy bracelets and they go back to their regular lives. And then he becomes possibly king of his land. So it's going to be between the new Earth Defense Club and the new Student Council that are going to be battling throughout this season of Bouei-bu. Now, they did make reference early on in the episode with Love, talking about, you know, there was an alien that came to Earth, and then the Earth Defense Club were the ones that protected it. And of course, the other characters thought, oh, they were just making jokes, but it actually did happen. I do feel like with this being in the same setting as the previous seasons, I feel like there may be a cameo from the previous characters. I could be wrong. Hopefully they do, because then it's be like, oh, so you guys are part of the old club that we used to be part of, because the way they were talking in the episodes, Happy Kiss seems to take place years later, probably not too far into the future, but enough to say that the previous characters may be older from last season. So hopefully they do make cameos. Probably they may interact with one of the characters. Who knows, they may give advice. So I'm actually pretty excited about that. This episode was also hilarious. They did have fourth wall breaking, something that it is not shy of. Bouei-bu is not shy of. Like when they were fighting against the monster, you know, they have ridiculous monsters within Bouei-bu, and this monster was created because he was unhappy. He has the appearance of a very young boy, a very feminist boy, and you would have thought, oh, he has a very girly voice. When you're hearing him speak his thoughts, you're thinking, oh, he has a very girly voice. But it's when he starts to talk, you're like, wait a minute. That's the voice of a 40-year-old man. So because he was so depressed about that, that's why he transformed to look like some honking bird-looking creature. And eventually they did defeat him, and he reverted back to his regular self. And before that happened, we had when they were fighting him, they were up in the air. They're able to fly, something that did not happen in Love. They were not able to fly, but in this case, in Happy Kiss, they are. And they're like, everybody's up in the air, and Kotaro is nowhere to be seen. Actually, he's on the ground laying down, and he's like, I was rooting for you guys on the inside. And they're like, oh, he wasn't in the shot. Probably the layout artists were too lazy to put him in. They didn't remember to put him in that particular scene. And I'm like, are they already starting from the first episode, already calling out, doing the fourth wall breaking at the artists behind the scenes? Are they already starting that? I found that pretty smart on their part, and pretty hilarious as well. And I did say before this whole series started, when we were introduced to the first poster, official poster of the characters before we even got their names, I automatically knew Kotaro was going to be my fave. If you're wondering, my fave from Love was Euphane. So there are kind of similarities between these two characters, but I say Kotaro is like Euphane times 5. He's worse, but I still loved him already from this first episode. So they did manage to defeat the monster, and you know, instead of making him happy, I think they made him feel worse, because Kotaro was like, you know, one day you're going to turn into an old man, and then your voice is going to fit perfectly fine. And I'm like, so he was sad about his voice before, and you're supposed to make him feel happy, but you made him feel worse. Good job. You really are doing an amazing work as a first-time knight, trying to make people happy. I'm really glad you did that, Kotaro. I was just, I did understand. I enjoyed his character. I really did enjoy his character a lot. So I do want you guys to know that I don't want this season of Bouei-bu to compare to Love or Love, because even though they do have their similarities, they are going to be vastly different as this season goes on. So what I do want is, what do you guys find similar from this first episode? What do you like about it? And has any character caught your eye? Do you feel like any character could be one of your faves from this first episode? And if so, do tell me in the comment section below. And will you be continuing on with Happy Kiss, or will you be putting it on hold or dropping it until, say, it's finished and then you want to pick up on the entire series? And also stay tuned for my other reviews. I have 2 other reviews coming out, or first impressions coming out, so stay tuned for that. And I'm Kimmy Chan of Anime Legends Podcast, and I will see you guys later. Bye.